Sasha, Timeless Traveler, here with Mike Mignola, creator of Hellboy. I would just like to say I am a great big fan of yours.
Well, thanks. And you did the best job today of pronouncing my name.
Thank you. You've created such a dense, exotic world of folklore and fantasy interwoven with your stories. What draws you to those classic stories?
For one thing, that material is public domain, and you don't have to make up names. If you borrow characters from Russian folklore, you don't have to make up their names. And there's nothing worse than trying to make up names. So, I mean, really, from the very beginning, when I created Hellboy, I looked at all of mythology and all of folklore as my kind of my toy box. You know, these are all going to be my characters, and most people don't know them. It's something Neil Gaiman did quite a bit. There's some really brilliant stuff, and then you do a little research and you go, Neil just copied that shit out of a book. So I was definitely going down that road, but I've always loved that stuff. So the idea of being able to tap into all the stuff I really like and just play with those characters, that was one of the big motivators for doing the whole book.
Do you have any stories that you would like to adapt into the universe?
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff. I've barely scratched the surface with folklore of certain countries. I did one story set in Japan, and I'm dying to do more Asian folklore because the monsters are so great and so bizarre. But one of the things that ties my hands is I don't know shit about Asia. So when I did my one story set in Japan, it was like, what do the doors look like? What does the inside of the house look like? What does a room look like? So one of the future plans for the Hellboy and Hell stuff, once I resolve this big storyline that I've got going on, is to let Hellboy wander around through these different neighborhoods of hell, where you kind of have the Asian neighborhood of hell or the Italian neighborhood of hell. And once he's in those places, I can go back to adapting folklore and mythology from those cultures, but since it's in hell, I can play fast and loose with what the location looks like.
You've collaborated a few times with Guillermo del Toro on the Hellboy movies and with Disney with Atlantis. Are there any other groups you would like to work with? I'm a comic book artist. I always have been. My little things I've done in film were really unintentional and just great little bizarre vacations. I don't know. It would be fun to do something again, but it's nothing I'm looking for. And usually I never get asked to do that stuff. It's just not what I do. I'm not particularly good at film design and that kind of stuff. But Del Toro wanted me because he wanted my blessing on Hellboy, and quite a bit of the stuff I made up for Hellboy did end up at least in the first movie. But it's fun. But for the most part, I'm very happy being at home in the studio where all the work I do is published. The downside of working in film, you can work on them for months and no one will ever see what you did. And sometimes that makes an effect on the movie, and sometimes it makes no effect on the movie. Guillermo wanted me to work with him on The Hobbit for a year. Had I done that, it would have been a really good paycheck, but his version of The Hobbit never got made. So it would have been a year with a good paycheck and absolutely nothing to show for it. So I guess I'm in a great position where the paycheck isn't enough of a lure. I need to feel like I'm actually doing something that somebody's going to see. Are there any writers or other artists you would like to work with?
I'm very on the comics. I'm very happy with the writers that I collaborate with, because we're old friends and it's very easy to collaborate. A writer that I've been a fan of for a zillion years, Kim Newman, we approached about writing a series for us, and he's doing that now with Maura McHugh, I believe is her last name. I hope I don't screw that up. Maura and Kim are co-writing this new Witchfinder series, and it's just fantastic. There's almost no collaboration, though. I hired, because I'm such a big fan of these guys, I brought them in and said, I'll just leave you alone to do what you do. So I don't know if another writer, well, there are a couple other writers. If the Kim Newman thing works out, I would like to approach some other, prose writers to come in and do guest shots on books. But
And artists, there are a lot of good artists out there, you know, that I'd like to work with, but no, you know, I don't have a list. So, you know, in the future, hopefully there'll be some interesting collaborations.
Well, thank you very, very much for talking with us. It was a genuine pleasure to meet you and speak with you today. I'm just over the moon right now.
Thank you very much.